Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm Arby series videos I've been doing for the while. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, it is a beautiful day today. It is wonderful. It's like about 65 degrees, nice and cool. This is Brandon Wenzel weather right here. Sun's, mostly obscured. It could be a little bit more obscured, if I'm honest. But, we'll take it. Anyway, folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there, try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt. I've worn this one in a few episodes now. I don't think I have to explain too much about Dragon Ball. Like, if nothing else, like, people are certainly familiar with Dragon Ball Z. It's huge, cultural phenomenon. Moving on from that, of course, you had, like, GT, which is, often not considered to be that great. I personally don't take that many issue with it, but, that's just me. And, of course, you got Super, which a lot of people like, and I personally don't. But this is where it all started, the original Dragon Ball. And the original Dragon Ball, for me, still stands as really being the best part of the entire series. Like, it's a fun little adventure series with some fantasy elements, some sci-fi elements. And it was fun. And I like that about it. Like, it wasn't like, we have to blow up planets to fucking fill time and, filler. But anyway, on top of that, I'm wearing my hat. I got this hat for winning a food challenge. I went over there and I ate this gigantic burger. There wasn't a time limit on it, but I also didn't get it for free. I just won the hat, so that was kind of the trade-off. But I did do it. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, it's from Arby's, but there's a little bit of a thing because I'm considering this a sub sandwich review. You might disagree, but I'm considering it a sub sandwich review. Well, with it being a sub sandwich review, I have to preface it with three things. Number one, for over a year now, I have been going on sub sandwich adventures. That means that I've been going over there. I have been trying out subs from chain locations, gas stations, the break room at my work, proper delis. Basically, any place you can get a sub sandwich, I'm checking it out. I'm reviewing it. Number two, if you like my sub sandwich reviews, because why wouldn't you? And you want them all in one convenient location, I do have a spot for that. I have a playlist called Subs for Subs. It is just my sub sandwich reviews. So if you want all that in one convenient spot, it's already there. Very final thing, folks. If that's not enough sub sandwich goodness for you, just wait till Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. That is the day when I go over there and upload my sub sandwich reviews. Typically I do 2 on Sunday. Time I'm doing this, it's Monday now, so I just uploaded a couple yesterday. So there's always going to be plenty of sub sandwich goodness for you. But anyway, what am I reviewing for you folks? What are we doing? Boom! It's from Arby's, as I stated. This is a limited time menu item from them. See if we can get it out without causing too much grief to ourselves. Yeah, it's definitely gooey. Because, folks, we're reviewing... Boom! It's okay. That's not the best picture, but can we get the best picture? Ha ha ha! There we go. That's a better picture. Ha 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 ha! This is a cheesesteak from Arby's, of all places. Specifically, consists of steak, caramelized onions, American cheese, red and green peppers, garlic aioli on a sub bun. I mean, I've reviewed plenty of stuff from Arby's in the past. Typically, they do a pretty good job. I don't know how well they're going to do with the vaunted cheesesteak sandwich, but we're going to find out. That's the whole point of this thing. So, all right. Let's give it a go. And I've reviewed some cheesesteaks before. I reviewed some from Charlie's Cheesesteaks. Let's give it a go, folks. Right off the bat, it's not terrible at all. I mean, and mind you, when I'm reviewing this, it begs mentioning that, of course, I'm tempering my expectations a little bit. I've never had like a super proper cheesesteak, from like a cheesesteak sanctuary that I know exists. In the cheesesteak areas. I live near Chicago. You can get cheesesteaks here at different places. I don't know how they stack up to the classics, but but I have to go off of what I'm getting from Arby's. And what I'm getting so far is a not at all terrible cheesesteak. I could do with more steak, if I'm honest, but I also understand it's a fast food place. I'm not expecting a shit ton of steak, but honestly, that's not bad at all. Everything about it that's supposed to be there is there. The steak tastes decent. Not the most flavorful of steak that I've had. It does get lost a little bit against some of the other things, but it's still steaky. You still taste it. The garlic aioli is really nice, actually. You definitely get that nice garlic taste throughout. The peppers and the onions and stuff. They're nice. I wish, personally, I know they roasted them, so obviously that's going to change the texture. But I do miss the bite, that added, kind of crisp texture to them. But, I mean, they are there. They are adding something to the overall experience. I mean, it's good. Because here's the thing. Some people like to crap on Arby's. It's a joke from back when I was a kid. The Simpsons made it, being so hungry that you would eat at Arby's. Thing is, I'm okay with Arby's. They're kind of hit or miss for me. Not everything they put out I've found to be particularly fantastic. But every now and again, they do put something out that is genuinely pretty damn good. In a case like this, I mean, again, I can't go over there and compare it to a proper cheesesteak. It's not bringing that level of depth of flavor, even compared to like Charlie's. Charlie's, there's just more going on. Whereas with this, definitely feels like they're kind of relying a bit much on the garlic aioli. Even though it's not, I wouldn't consider it overdone, but it's definitely the most prominent flavor. But that doesn't mean that it has no complexity to it. Like I said, everything that's supposed to be there is there, and it all does add something to the overall. I also want to make mention of the bun, because they use a toasted sub bun. And honestly, it's a good bun. Like, I have had worse buns from proper sub places. That was actually a pretty decent bun. Did a good job of keeping everything together, and it was tasty. There's really, honestly, nothing that I particularly dislike about this. It's just, it is what it is. It's a fast food equivalent of an iconic sandwich. Is it going to be as good? No. But you're kind of just trying to, present something that's at least evocative of and still tasty. And does it succeed in both of those measures? Yes, it's definitely a cheesesteak of sorts, even if it's not, the proper version of it. And in terms of the taste and the flavor, it is good. It has a lot of flavor to it. Even if like I said, the garlic aioli plays a bigger part than I feel like it should. I feel like it could be dialed back a little bit. But there's nothing that I dislike about it. And I have definitely had worse Arby's creations, both while reviewing this show and, back before I was doing the show. definitely had worse ones, like limited time things that they've come up with. This, for what it is, man, again, I don't hate it. It's two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, maybe and kinda. Like, the thing is, if I did want something closer to a proper cheesesteak, I have Charlie's, not too far away from where I'm at. I would go there if I wanted something closer to a proper cheesesteak. But if I was at Arby's, and I mean, they have a nice menu selection and everything, I have certain things I tend to go with. Do I mind that it's there? No, I don't. And like, I could potentially see myself, maybe going over there and picking up another one. I at least have to get one more because they also have another cheesesteak variety that I'm going to review. Not today, but eventually. And if I'm recommending it to people, it's like, if you're not looking for like a super strict, really super high quality cheesesteak, this one is still a cheesesteak and it's still tasty. Like, that's the thing. So it's kind of, especially if you're in an area where you don't have access to that level of cheesesteak, superiority, this isn't a terrible alternative. It's not going to be proper, but it is still pretty good. So, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of much spanish rest of your folks. You can go over there, have yourselves a truly cheesesteak-tastic rest of your life. Cheesesteaks are good, man. Like, again, I would love to get out, to Philly at some point in time. Maybe if this YouTube thing takes off, or if I just get a shit ton of money or something like that, maybe I'll travel a little bit and I'll take the sampler platter on the road. Go over there and take Guy Fieri's spot. He's got to retire someday anyway, right? Like, what is he? The man is somewhere between like 37 and 80. And it's just the shirts and the douchey hair and everything, like, it just keeps him young. Good on him. So, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. What you can do, folks, try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It can be really tough, man. Like right now, I'm dealing with a little bit of a back problem. Nothing super serious. I just slept on it wrong. But the last couple days, man, I've been in a bit of a foul mood because it's like, well, everything that I'm trying to do is more difficult for me right now because I've got this, just awful feeling, in the side of my back. But, when we deal with situations like that in our lives, we can be prompted to be a bit brrr about things. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I'd like you to do. If you've ever been to Philly, if you've ever been, had like a proper Philly cheesesteak sandwich, hit me up in the comments on it, man. Let me know your opinions on it and stuff. Did it live up to the hype? Is there a huge difference between the different locations and stuff? I mean, it's obviously considered to be, like a food institution in and of itself. So, hey, I'm just saying, let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions on stuff. Or conversely, I mean, hey, you can just go over there and, you can just eat a sandwich and not tell me about it. I mean, I thought we were cool, but, I guess we're not cool like that. So, I'm just saying.